Dumelang mapara le maparagadi. It is a new week and that can only mean one thing. Another episode of Mzansi Fundis is fully locked and loaded on your screens. Kalibitso ke Lekoko, your host, marake vaigili one as always. Ke tshwere mapara a diski, manyora, Lufuno le Mpho.
Hola.
Gentlemen, le mnati.
Good for the new?
No, recurrent.
No, mara na remnad.
Why listen? Mara re tla toucha for why listen. A lot has happened this week. Abanye bayathatha, abanye bayaphiwa. Move to jail, move directly to jail. Do not pass begin, do not collect 200 rands. Kusafa. Kamo chomi my chomi ufiwa 2 million rand. Speaking of hufa chomi my chomi, the prize. Remember that competition that we were running? Well, we have a winner. The first winner is Samuel Poshoko. We win 4,000 rand worth of goodies from Ben Sherman. Arbono horokrile lotem nate kanjani. Gents,
yeah.
Samuel Poshoko ukrile gifty. Kibonele ta Kaiser ukrile le gifty le Lufuno. 2 meter.
It's a season of giving. We want to go December, approach December. It's a season of giving. The only thing that you need to do,
Look,
you've got to look at and listen to what the chairman said. Dr. K has contributed a lot to South African football. If you look at any aspects of South African football, whether it was at club level with Lufuno's beloved Kaizer Chiefs, that's something that that's a club that you can't deny who they are. They're the largest team in South Africa. When you then look at the World Cup, he was very instrumental in terms of being part of the team that led to the World Cup being where it is. You've got to be able to say this is somebody, and you look at the PSL. He heads the, I think it's a finance portfolio.
The finance portfolio.
So, so those things you look at, it's somebody who's contributed a lot in terms of football, and it's somebody who has given a lot of himself, because some of the things that people don't get to see, to have such institutions running means you're giving of yourself. If you ask the kids, how much time did you spend with your father? He's probably spent more money on the club than he was. There were times when kids could not have certain things because he's plowing money back into the club.
Mpho, let me stick with you. This was a decision vetoed by every member EXCO from what they said.
Look, and yes, you may ask, is it an anomaly? Yes, it's not something that has happened. And what were the process that were followed? The chairman said he spoke to the executive. Well, it is the previous executive, and presented it to them, and they all approved, and it is whereby everybody has agreed on it and been able to say they've given it the thumbs up. So it's gone through the processes. You may be able to say who else gets, but it is somebody that has done, but it has followed.
And they discussed about it, and there was an approval. For sure, chairman who could not stand in front of South Africa and obviously the board, and say, I'm giving this man without approval.
Yeah.
You could see that there was a discussion prior to that announcement.
Refocus on the business at hand, because the election, we saw the chair unopposed this time around. Is it good? Is it bad that he wasn't opposed? That is...
if we talk democracy, it means that everybody there is happy with his leadership. That's democracy. We cannot run away from that. He didn't put himself there. The people that is leading felt that he's a right candidate to run and lead the organization going forward again.
Democracy, PSL. Mpho, now I ask you, there's been an acting CEO for 9 years now. What does that say about our...
Look, as I know of CEO who have 5-year contracts, and those 5-year contracts have lapsed and new ones have been done. I think that's the one thing that when you look at the legacy of the PSL from a leadership perspective of the chairman, it's one of those that needs to be able to be nipped in the bud. Are you going to find a CEO? Or if Memanto is the
just
CEO,
appointer.
Because what you do,
make the call.
Because now she's occupying dual role. She's an EXCO member and she's acting CEO. And remember, the EXCO is not supposed to be operational. So from a governance perspective, it's just a bit untidy. And I think it's a role that the new EXCO needs to be able to decide. Is he a permanent...
For me, I feel that they need to make a decision to say, we have a chairperson or chairman that is within ourselves. We also want a CEO that has to come from the from the guys because I mean
by virtue of being a CEO, you are a permanent invitee on EXCO.
And
so there could have been so you now acting on a dual role. There could have been somebody there with ideas, being able to contribute in other things, who is not.
They've tried this route before, and you could see all the guys that really were in that position. There was always conflict, and they always fight somehow. But since Manto has been there, you don't see any issues. Hence Mpho saying that maybe just appoint. And then, I mean, there's no one that can act for 9 years.
You are saying guys that were there. Lufuno, you're saying guys that were there, but I also have to look at guys that are not there anymore. John Committees being a notable absentee. Good thing, bad thing?
Well, it goes down to democracy. They voted. So he was not voted in. You know, we can't cast aspersions and whatnot. He was not voted in. But we know that, you know, he was a vocal member of that EXCO that have just been changed. You know, he will speak out his mind. You know, same as Tidiera, who always also speak his mind. I think there were guys that probably were advocating for change. And
before here's my thing. On the new EXCO, the new EXCO, I know there's a member there. Johhny.
That's what I phone.
Johhny players did not move because they didn't answer the phone. When EXCO called, please answer the phone because the PSL cannot afford to have outstanding decisions. That's all we ask, Chief.
Well, outstanding decisions is what Mpho's talking about, but this segment is not outstanding. That's what we've given you. Rikrende, we've delivered 2. Remember your own Walevati, Uchike, Rizena Kuritabatsa, Kesi, Rutlor Hirahala and Kamakesi, Litim Elaya got Lorkop. Second half.